on a journey through western Tunisia, being driven through the Sahara Desert. This country is still trying to rebuild its economy after a revolution here sparked the Arab Spring in 2011. These days, in these parts, you're more likely to find a herd of camels passing through than you are a pack of tourists. But that sense of isolation is exactly what one famous movie director was looking for when he brought a far-out idea to this far-out location. George Lucas shot parts of the original Star Wars movie here in Tunisia in the late 1970s. In Episode 4, A New Hope, he used this desolate landscape to represent the barren planet with two suns called Tatoune, the birthplace of none other than fictional hero Luke Skywalker.
I can't understand how we got by those troops. I thought we were dead.
The Force can have a strong influence on the weak-minded.
What mission? What are you talking about?
Lucas also used the massive sand dunes here as a crash landing location for Skywalker's friends.
Go that way. You'll be malfunctioning within a day, you nearsighted scrap pile.
The fictional robots R2-D2 and C-3PO. But in order for us to make it to where Star Wars was filmed, we have to contend with the formidable terrain. Okay, man, I have to tell you, that was an awesome dash through the desert. And I found out while we were driving that the man behind the wheel, Tahir here, how are you, sir, is a former rally driver here in Tunisia, hence all of the tricks. Another interesting note, check this out. When George Lucas was here filming the Star Wars movies, Tahir was his personal driver. Here's the proof, and that's why he knew exactly where to go so we could explore some of the sets which are still here. Join me inside, Tahir. Let's see what we can find out. This is Mos Espa, the fictional village at the center of Luke Skywalker's world. There's not much left of the original sets built more than 30 years ago, but at the turn of this century, when George Lucas filmed the newer Star Wars prequels, he returned to Tunisia and built what we see today. At the request of the government, he left these sets intact to allow fans of the Star Wars world to move in Luke Skywalker's footsteps. Oh, wow. This is surreal. If you're a massive Star Wars fanatic, you will recognize this as Tatoune, a town from the Star Wars universe. The fact, though, is that this is just a set. It's been here for about a decade. And I'm curious, Tahir, what kind of impact did a big movie studio coming into town and putting up this set have on the local community?
Locus brought activities to the region and beneficial economic activities. In addition, almost all residents of the region were employed. More than 1,500 background actors, cars, travel agencies, from 40 to 50 vehicles were moving back and forth. He brought a lot of energy.
26, George, take 2A camera. Hey, you! That'll be 7 druggets.
Well, I'd say cut.
The crew faced difficulties dealing with weather in the Sahara Desert.
How you doing?
I'm hot.
I can imagine.
But
I'm hot too.
Temperatures reached 135 degrees Fahrenheit or 57 degrees Celsius during filming. Then production was slowed by a rare summer rainstorm.
It's just incredible. It's like 4 months work.
I think we'll go through this all right. There's always something.
ready?
Still facing scheduling and budget constraints, George Lucas was able to get the scenes he needed, which appear in Star Wars Episodes 1 and 2. So So what happened then after the big movie studio left and all the intention and the glamour went with it?
Ever since they finished the part of the movie shot in 2003, sand dunes have surrounded the film set from every side. They should not have allowed this to happen. Otherwise, the sand dunes will bury the entire set. Work-related activities were never back to the level witnessed when the movie was being filmed. We hope George Lucas will be back here.
For more than a decade, this set has withstood the elements, but experts predict it won't last for much longer. As Tahar said, small sand dunes are already engulfing the faux dwellings, with winds pushing much larger dunes closer. Like any other oasis in the desert, this one too will soon disappear. It was obvious to me you love to drive as we were coming through the sand dunes here. You're of course a former rally driver. What do you say, speaking of people coming back, what do you say to people who are reluctant to come to Tunisia right now?
I have been doing this job for 25 to 28 years and I'm familiar with the south. It's desert and it's oasis. Tunisia is a very beautiful and safe country. I advise the whole world to come and visit Tunisia. Tunisia is a country of security, comfort and stability. In Tunisia, foreigners live as if it's their own country. Besides, in Tunisia there are more than 300 days of sunlight. This is a country where life is good.
We take a moment to look around and see how George Lucas was able to create the illusion of an alien homeland on Earth. All right, let's check out what's inside here. And you know what? As impressive as this may seem from the exterior, once you get inside, you realize this is just a set. You can even see how it was constructed, reinforced with a bit of wood here. Let's look a bit closer. You can see here there's kind of a metal mesh used to give the structure its shape. And here you can even pull away at what appears to be plaster, which gives it a bit of firmness too. I mean, relatively insignificant when you consider this is just a movie set for a multi-million-dollar movie from years ago. But when you speak to people here, you realize how significant this has been to their lives and their communities here in Western Tunisia. But as remote as this location is, we see proof that it's not completely forgotten. Gradually, camera-wielding tourists arrive by the carload. Treks here are included in hotel vacation packages. It's the only way to draw foreigners out of town and into the desert. Most of these tourists are from Europe, the continent only a short flight from North Africa. But as the sun beamed down over the fictional village of Mos Espa, Tahar told me he, like other Tunisians, is proud to be part of something so iconic. He just hopes people keep visiting and from places farther away.
And this is the impluvium.
Next, we track down the Tunisian art director responsible for building and maintaining the Star Wars sets as we explore what he's doing to bring movie making back to Tunisia.